Hey guys, quick 5-minute race in the Ferrari Evo Challenge at Snetterton. And the reason I'm doing this is because I've spent the last couple of weeks going through different car and track combos and different sims, you know, like lesser heard of ones. And then I just realised in the ever popular ACC we have car and track combos that people avoid. And the Ferrari Challenge Evo is one of those great cars that was added in the latest DLC a couple of months ago. But doesn't seem to get any attention at all. You can kind of understand it. It's more difficult to drive than your typical GT3. And
still there.
You know, the lack of downforce. It's a
still there.
Heavier car. It's a bit less forgiving. It's faster in a straight line. You need longer braking areas. So it certainly isn't the easiest compared to like a GT3 car. You have to be a little bit more patient. You have to be more willing to let the car do a bit of the work, and you have to, I guess, feels like you're overslowing for some corners compared to a typical GT3 car. But it is actually just how they drive. And again, driving cars like this within a limit that is not as wide as a GT3. What I mean by that is you have to be a bit more precise. This can actually teach you better driving skills, better driving habits. So feeling the weight of the car, because they are heavy, these Evos, these Challenge Evo cars, they are a bit heavy, and you've got to just be kind of careful that you don't overslip the tyre, because yeah, obviously the heavier the car, when you start slipping the tyre, the more difficult it is to get it back on the line and recover. And yeah, don't lose time.
Left side. Still there.
Okay, we've got a bit of a race here anyway against the AI, so...
He's still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Yeah, this is a fun race, I have to say. Patience, 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 some of these corners. You can't attack it the way you can with a GT3, obviously. The limit feels a lot more conservative, but like I say, it's just a different characteristic of the car.
Fuel looks good.
Well, there's an example of just going a little bit too deep. I think it's a shame that people don't race these more online, because they are a completely different challenge. They are a different driving experience, and they definitely offer up a different way of navigating a track, that's for sure.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes. 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
It's very engaging, like, you know, it's you don't have the downforce, you don't have that comfort blanket, but it is actually fun. Look, I'm hitting those curves a little bit too aggressively. And probably a cork in the bottle here, slowing everything down, but there's that slip angle that I'm talking about. When you start overdriving the car, it's difficult to get it back on its line, just because the weight of it, you know, and lack of downforce, obviously. What fun though.
154.46. The guy behind has just done a 154.34. Car right. Right side's clear.
We have ourselves a race, that's for sure. Never let it be said that the ACC AI is poor. Any offline race I've had has been very, very good. wondering why I have the Riva tuner turned on. My computer went through a lot of updates over the last day or two. We had 2 big Windows updates. Then I'd updated the BIOS and the chipset drivers, everything basically. So I just have that on just to make sure that everything is behaving as it should. ACC seems to be happy using the one CPU thread. Okay. Yeah, the one CPU thread I think is for the physics and all that stuff. And yeah.
Excellent job, man. What a race. P1. Bring it back home safely.
So let's have a look at the replay and
Well done,
just
Gary.
kind of
Great win. You deserved that today.
unpack this a little bit. But yeah, I think more people definitely need to drive this car, and even the M2 in fact. Right, let's look at the L replay. Yeah, beautiful car, great model again, and you know, still the ACC quality. Just take off those stats on the screen. Yeah, still the typical Kunos quality that we come to expect from their models, like the GT3s. Obviously, are very popular because, well, do I need to explain the whole ACC thing and the popularity it has? Great driving physics and all of that stuff. But then we have other cars like the Challenge Evo. We have the M2 CS. We have the Lambo ST. 2 versions of that, and the Porsche Cup car. And they're modelled equally as well, but they're not loved. You know, nobody drives them, and it's a shame. I mean, just look at these. You know, they're absolutely brilliant, and they're same class. So for anyone looking to have let's say a small side league in addition to, let's say, the GT3 leagues that nearly everybody runs, and even I run in a GT3 league as well. So I'm not trying to preach to convert or anything, but it's a shame that these cars, these models, are not touched the way they should be, because the racing, I mean, absolutely incredible. If you spend a bit of time, you know, 20 minutes or 30 minutes around a particular track on one of these, you will adapt to how they drive, you'll adapt to the extra braking areas, you'll adapt to the weight of the car, and you'll have a great race because it's equal machinery. So the whole BOP argument doesn't exist, and everyone's in, you know, everyone's on the same machine, the same everything, and it's just down to maybe slight setup tweaks if you want to, and driver skill or driver patience, as it might be. Because you have to kind of drive these within their comfortable envelope, so to speak. I mean, look at them, absolutely superb. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, like honestly, it's a crime that these are not driven more. And sometimes I'll go on the public lobby list and I'll look for the M2, see if anyone's racing M2s or these. The GT4s is another one. Now I know with the GT4s we have an excuse, right, that the balance of performance needs a bit of attention, a little bit. Not it's not terrible, but it's not great. But I was watching one of Aris's latest streams, and he did say that, you know, doing a BOP calibration on the GT4s was on the list, most likely to be done ahead of the next big update, which should be the GT2s and stuff like that being added. But yeah, let's watch this space. But yeah, guys, I strongly think that, you know, recommend that if you have ACC, give these a little race offline. Another great combination as well, actually, is the M2 at Alton Park. Another brilliant combination. The reason I've done this as Snetterton, because Snetterton again is a track that doesn't get any attention, and I admit I'm not a big fan of Snetterton, but I can appreciate as a racetrack how difficult it can be and how much of a challenge it can be, particularly with those curbs. It's very bumpy, it's very uneven, and particularly coming into the last couple of corners. Those right-handers and then the right-hander into a braking area for the left can unsettle the car, so it is very challenging as a track. There's no question about that. So I thought I'll step out of my comfort zone. I'll take a difficult car to a difficult track, and one that on paper are not suited to each other, and go for a race. And yeah, I'm glad I did. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was really, really, really fantastic. But yeah, leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, get behind the wheel of these and give them a spin. You definitely won't regret it. And actually, just before I end the clip, let's just look at this battle for a couple of minutes, because this is actually worth looking at in terms of the AI. The AI, that car behind is battling me, and the car behind it is trying to overtake. You know, it's like the 83 is trying to overtake the 55, and the 55 is trying to overtake me. And you can see a bit of a train starting to form behind. So I'm probably a little bit slower than the AI here, to be honest. But actually, and on that point, I'm kind of going off topic a little bit here, but seeing on Facebook and stuff the last few days where people are saying, well, if you're faster in a race online and stuff, that you shouldn't hold the other guy up, you shouldn't battle, you shouldn't block, as they put it. And I think you should always fight an opponent. You know, like, give respect to the guy online. He's online for a race as well. And, you know, to just roll over, get out of his way, it's not good for you, and it's not good for the other guy, because, you know, if I'm quicker than someone, I want to work to get past them. That's why I'm racing online. That's why I'm not doing time trials. I'm racing. I expect to be defended against. And just as we see here, like, I know it's the AI, but they're clearly quicker than me, but I actually went on to win the race because I was able to defend my position. And, you know, so yeah, racing is, like I say, it's a different skill than hot lapping. So yeah, controversially. Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Till the next one.